let's keep talking about trauma, specifically about how, regardless of how many trauma-informed workshops you've taken, you don't actually know what trauma looks like, because we don't actually know what trauma looks like universally. Watch the previous video if you're just catching up or need some context. But today I'll be addressing some questions that I often get about this whole idea. And let me first say, like I mentioned in the last video, while this can come across as controversial, it actually isn't amongst true traumatologists and researchers, academics, the medical profession. Okay, so again, stay with me. Now, a common pushback I get with all of this comes from the body keeps the score, right? People say, but we know the research, we know the biological changes, the neurological changes in the brain with the amygdala and the anterior cingulate cortex and hormonal changes with cortisol and catecholamines. And you're right, we do see those. And the very few biologically based trauma studies conducted in other populations, we do see the same thing as well. However, just because something is objectively physical or biological doesn't mean we experience it in the same way. How do I mean? Let's talk about menopause for a minute. Menopause is menopause. It's the same biological process no matter where in the world you are. However, the word menopause in Arabic means the age of hopelessness or despair. In Japanese, the term menopause means renewal or new spring. Which population do you think reports more severe mood swings and hot flashes? And which population do you think reports very limited symptoms? There have been studies on why Japanese women seemingly skate through menopause. Are they just stronger? Is there a different biological mechanism happening, etc.? No, it comes down to the way their culture talks about it and makes meaning of the phenomenon. This is so stark that the UN actually launched a campaign to change the term for menopause in the Arabic world to mimic the Japanese language. They wanted to change the Arabic term to mean the age of renewal. So what this means, the body might keep the score, but each body might also be playing by different rules. I've gotten some great questions on here as well as on Instagram about this whole idea about how trauma does look differently depending on which culture we're in. And I will get to those and I will address them. In the meantime, references are in the caption. Please let me know if you have any questions or how your culture understands trauma or stress or even menopause.